Hey there, Lauren Widrick here. I'm founder of Grab Life by the Goals, and I have some super exciting announcements about the Squad 2.0. Now, what is the Squad 2.0? We just completed our very first year in the Squad. I launched it in June of 2022, which means we are about to enter our second year of the Squad, and we're going to take this shit up a notch. So the pictures you see here are images from the first year of the Squad, and they just make my heart beat fast because it was so incredible. It's the first thing I've offered in my 7 years of coaching that brought everything I did and everyone I love under one umbrella. So it's not just business coaching, not just life or executive or happiness. It was all of it. And it was awesome. I mean, take a quick look at just a few of the things that the Squad members did in their very first year in the Squad. Okay. We had a handful of people launch businesses from scratch. We had people quit their jobs and become full-time entrepreneurs. We had people scaling their businesses, getting new jobs and like executive level senior positions. Multiple people published books. We had a songwriter release some new songs. We had people hosting their own retreats and events. Almost every business owner launched new products and offers. Multiple podcasts launched, courses created, awards won in people's local markets, various fitness regimens launched, everything from walking every day to marathon training. Lots of people implemented morning routines and healthy habits. And the one that I really can't quantify is the amount of happiness and energy work that took place in the Squad. So I have this list from this tool we have called the Vault, where every single month people enter their wins. And I just looked through it to compile this slide. And I almost started bawling. I can't believe I get to hang out with this caliber of human all day long and that they have each other. Year one was absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to share some of my goals for year two. So the first is to make the Squad even more of a quantum solution. So I teach this. This simply means that you get outsized, bigger results with less effort. And so I'll be providing a potent, proven process to do that called the Grab Life by the Goals method in Squad 2.0. And we'll be doubling down on what the Squad has loved so far and eliminate what didn't work, because year one was what I call a clinical trial. We did lots of things that we thought would be excellent. Some of them were bangers and we're going to keep those and double down, and others we're going to get rid of because they weren't as effective. And that feels amazing going into our second year. So what is the Squad and what's the Squad 2.0 going to be like? I'm going to use my package and price like a pro framework to walk you through this. So if you own a business, you should take your offers and products through these 7 Ps, which are persona, plight, possibility, promise, proven process, package, and price. So sidebar, if you have a business and you have offers, go to laurenwidrick.com/package and download my package and price like a pro worksheet, and you can take your offers through it. So again, I'm going to use this to explain what the Squad is and what 2.0 is going to be like. Persona. Who is this for? So this is for the successful badass that is simply craving more. So you have a good job, you have a good life, you have a great business, but there's more that you want. And you either can't figure out what that is, which I call the millennial life crisis, or you freaking know exactly what it is and you're stuck getting there. You're likely an and person. So you probably want the job and the business and the body and the happiness, right? You may want 2 or 3 things at once and don't want to have to choose. And at anything that you're doing today, you're a high performer. And so you're kind of banging your head against the wall. Like, why can't I figure this out? Or why can't I get where I want to be? But more bluntly, you're kind of a little bit pissed at yourself that you're not there yet. That is how I always feel when I'm starting a new goal. It's like, fuck, I'm ready to go. Why can't I figure this out? So what is the plight or the problem that the Squad is designed to solve? So any one of these things may sound familiar to you. You're overwhelmed by options. Like I said, you want to do all the things. So where do you even start and what's the right direction? You are afraid of failure or financial risk, especially if you've invested years and, college degrees into your career. You don't want to throw it all away on something that's unproven. And I get that. Okay. You're so busy. Where the fuck are you going to find time for even more goals? So you want it, but you feel like there's just no time in the day. Nobody gets this crazy thing or this crazy multi-passionate life that you want to have. Maybe even your spouse or your closest family members don't get it. And you want to find people who do. You want financial freedom, but you aren't actually even clear on what that means to you. Is it early retirement? Is it passive income? Is it a lump of cash in the bank? Who knows? But we're here to help you figure that out. And lastly, you just want to be happier, but you aren't even sure what that means to you. And so the Squad was designed to specifically help you figure these things out. Promise. So this is the third P in my framework. It's a succinct promise to get you from A to B. Okay. My promise to you is that we will make your goals unfuckable with, and you will get there faster and funner than if you did it alone. That funner word, even though it's grammatically incorrect, is really important. That's why it's called grab life by the goals. It's not just called do your goals, because your experience of it matters more than the goal itself. You've got to find happiness. You've got to find joy, self-compassion, self-love along the way. The way we get there is through coaching, courses, community, and crazy fun events. And you get all of those in the squad. The next P is proven process. So when you come into Squad 2.0, which starts in July, every single week for the quarter, you will go through these training modules and they will be the theme for the week. So take a look at these modules. And while you're doing that, take note of the order because that was no accident. This is the process of going through a 90-day goal cycle. And I designed it this way on purpose. You need clarity, you need commitment, you need to crush your cock blockers, and you need confidence. So these are the chunks that you see on the side, but check out these modules. Okay. So week 1 of any given quarter will be the Life Vision Lab. And this is going to be a 2 to 3 hour virtual retreat to dial in your life vision. And I've got some proven exercises to figure out what the hell you even want out of your life. And then week 2, Anatomy of a Kick-Ass Goal, we distill portions of that vision into goals that you can do this quarter and structure them in a way that you'll actually do them. Week 3, we construct your clinical trials. This is one of the most effective things that I teach. This is not your to-do list or your action plan. We construct clinical trials so that you can collect the data you need to keep going. Week 4, we crush your cock blockers. So these are the things that you're doing to self-sabotage yourself and what to do about it. Week 5 is sexy support systems because who, not how is the secret to success in the squad. 6 is quit dicking around. This is all about motivation and taking messy action. Week 7 is the messy middle. So notice it's the middle of the quarter. This is where, you've input a lot of effort and you're not quite seeing the output. Boredom sets in, self-doubt sets in. So how do you get through it? Week 8 is obliterating overwhelm. So this is big for my and people. How do you handle it when your plate is overflowing? Week 9 is quantum solutions. So this is that magic way of doing work where you get more done in less time. Week 10 is swagger camp, one of my favorite things that I teach, all about confidence and your GOAT factor. Week 11 is the happiness sprint, and it's the ultimate performance advantage. And week 12 is lavish self-love, where we celebrate all that we've done and get ready to go again the following quarter. So this at the top here says proven process, because if you've been in my world, you know that I have taught all of these things on stage, in courses, in 2-week challenges for years as part of my coaching acumen. And this shit works. It's worked in my own life and it's worked in the lives of my clients. So how do things actually work in the Squad 2.0? So there's a weekly theme, as I mentioned, but during each week, there's going to be a weekly coaching call on Tuesdays at noon Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific. And that is your anchor call of the week. Prior to that call, you're going to want to watch the module for that week and get familiar and do the exercises in your workbook, and then come ready to talk about it for about 20 minutes on the call. The latter 40 minutes of the call, I'm going to be your personal Scrum Master. And that's a term from the Agile methodology. I learned it back in technology and it works gangbusters. But we'll be doing Scrum style accountability is what it's called. So for the first chunk of that 40 minutes, we'll be asking you what happened, to do a retrospective. And this is really more important than it sounds. Next, where are you stuck? And we will remove those impediments for you so you can keep going. And then what's next? Sprint planning for the following week. Now we're going to be talking about these things on the call so that I can help coach you through your impediments and keep you accountable to what you're working on. Outside of those Tuesday calls, there's going to be a bi-weekly office hours with a success coach, a member of my team. So if you want to come in between those Tuesday calls and get a little bit of extra coaching, get some questions answered about the module, the workbook, or something specific that you're working on, you can come to those calls and get targeted questions answered. Outside of those 2 calls, my team and I will be dropping targeted trainings into the library. So these are trainings that you all are asking for, or it's obvious to us that we want training on from the coaching calls. This can be anything from business to career to technology to marketing to social media. We will hear your requests and then we will create topical trainings, record them, and put them in the library, and typically drop them on Thursdays and Fridays so that you can go back and watch them at your leisure. But this is how the squad is a living, breathing organism. Every week we'll have the thumb on the pulse of what you guys are working on and what you need specific training on, and then memorialize it in the library so you can go back and watch it anytime. Lastly, you will get daily support in the Mighty Network. So that is our private online forum. And outside of these calls that you have availability to join, you can DM me, DM a success coach, DM our community manager, or post your question. I prefer that in the main feed of the Mighty Network. And we will respond within 48 hours, almost always sooner than that. And we can do a lot of coaching damage in the DMs and in the posts. So if you have any questions about the homework or your business or your career or whatever it is that you're working on, or you just want to vent or ask somebody to keep you honest to your goals, you can use the online forum for that. Okay. Oh, the last thing I should say is there are multiple prompts in the community. So for instance, on Monday, you'll get a reminder for the call on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, we do this thread called Promo Wednesday, where you can promote your business or an open position at your company. Whatever you want to promote, you can do that on Wednesdays. And then this picture you see here is our brand new workbook. So it is going to follow that 12-step process perfectly every week. It's like a guided journal. So every week you'll go through the exercise for the topic, and then there'll be some extra pages for your accountability and goal tracking so that you'll have this thing on your desk at all times. And this was by popular request of the squad. We love our notebooks around here. And so this is one that you can order on Amazon. It'll be really cheap. I'm just going to make it at cost, no profit to me really, but you can order it on Amazon if you like the bound version, or you can just print it for free because it'll be a PDF available in the squad. So if you're currently in the squad and you're like, oh my gosh, how is this actually going to change? How is this going to feel different? The first is, instead of having 2 coaching calls a week, one on Tuesday for business and career and one on Thursday for life, that is going to be collapsed into a single call where we're all going to be following the Grab Life by the Goals process. So this is a clinical trial and data that we gathered. Everybody wants to be on the same call. We don't like, do you attend the Tuesday or the Thursday call? People are not loving that, right? And we're finding that people have more than one goal, which means my next point here, the concept of tracks is going away. So in year 1 of the squad, every quarter we ask people to pick a track. Like, are you more on the life track or the business and career track this quarter? And that was really hard for people because they're like, I'm doing both. And we're like, hell yeah, you're doing both. So the new process allows you to set multiple goals and then follow the goal process for whatever you're working on. Every single quarter is going to kick off with a virtual goal setting retreat. So again, it's not that different than the way we've done it, except it's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be more like 2 to 3 hours long, where we actually make it a little virtual retreat for yourself to dig into your life vision and make a point to revisit that thing every quarter so that it stays fresh in your mind and in your heart. There will be 2 success coaching office hours a month that everyone can attend. So if you're currently in the squad and you're used to having one success coach or the other, again, that kind of split the squad up unintentionally. So we're going to have everybody attend the success coaching office hours instead of splitting them up across 2 different coaches. Okay. Your goal tracking will take place in the workbook. The workbook is brand new and we're so excited about it. We will not have live weekly guest experts every Wednesday. That was a really cool clinical trial, but we found it was just another call and people felt like the calendars were overbooked. So now we're going to be doing the topical trainings or bring in guest experts as, we'll kind of pepper them in, but you're not like going to need to book a 3:00 call every Wednesday for guest experts. So again, potency here. The in-person element of the squad is going to be more member-led. Here's what I mean. When I first launched the squad, we had a lot of in-person stuff because most people were in Charlotte. But what we found is our membership has spread nationwide. And as a result, people are having their own meetups. We saw people meet up in California, Minneapolis, New York, Nashville, all over Charlotte, all over the place. And so the in-person element is going to be more member-led, and we're going to have some formal and some informal meetups in different cities. So one of the best elements of the squad is that I hear people getting coffee together here and getting dinner together here. We are going to foster and promote more of that instead of trying to schedule in-person programming in one city. Again, should be more effective for everybody. With all of these changes, I will be able to get even more deeply involved with your goals. So with the way we've arranged the schedule and with the potent proprietary process, my brain space is actually going to be very freed up to spend more time with each of you in the squad. So again, this should be a very potent quantum solution. And then lastly, some of you who joined at the beginning of the squad may have come for one thing: business coaching, say, career coaching, life coaching. Like, you may have come for one thing, and this process, the Grab Life by the Goals method, allows you to come and work on all of it. Some of it simultaneously, some of it sequenced, okay? But this is a whole life coaching container, and it just so happens that your coaching team has spent years doing business coaching, executive coaching, corporate coaching, and can cover off most of the topics that you're looking for. And if not, there are experts in the squad who can fill in the gaps. So it is a whole life coaching container, and it's really ultimately designed for you to be happier. All right. So the last 2 P's of my 7 P's, we're finally there. That covered off the process. Here's what comes in the package when you join the squad. So another change we've made is that it used to be a 12-month commitment. And what we're finding is that some people can knock their goals out in 6 months and be good. And my intention for the squad is not that people come in and they have to stay for years and rely on it forever. This can be a thing that you graduate from. You come in, you get activated, and you move on. Or this could be a thing that you come and stay with me forever, which I would love. So the commitment is no longer 12 months. It is 6 months of support in the squad. You get lifetime access to the Grab Life by the Goals course when you join. So that means if you did come in and graduate, you would still have access to the course modules and the workbook to download in Kajabi and any future updates that we do to the course. You get a one-on-one kickoff call with me when you join, which is an amazing way to kick off the experience. We get that quarterly goal setting retreat that I mentioned. It's virtual. There's weekly live coaching calls on Tuesdays. There's bi-weekly office hours with the success coaches on my team. There's a full training library. I just counted today. There are 40 expert trainings from experts that we had over the last year on different topics. Everything from biohacking to PR to finance to marketing to moon cycles. Like everything you can imagine is in this training library. And you get my signature courses, Slay Your Side Hustle and Sales Swagger. These courses used to go for $3,600 and $7,200 each. They are simply included in the squad. So if you're a business owner or thinking about becoming one, the value is huge on this one, plus the Grab Life by the Goals course. You get access to our private online network, which is a Mighty Network. Is a really cool tool that has all of our events that you can RSVP to. It feels a little bit like a Facebook feed without the fuckery of Facebook, in my opinion. It's a wonderful online tool that's private for collaboration. You get access to everything that I do. So if you see me out there doing a happiness sprint, a quit dicking around challenge, an in-person summit or conference, you get free tickets to all of those things. So the public might be paying, $500 for a conference ticket or $200 to do a challenge. Those are included for you. It is a one-stop shop for everything that we do in the Grab Life by the Goals world. So the final P is the price. It is $4,000 if you pay in full for the 6 months or 6 payments of $750. The pay in full is a slight discount, but you can totally go either way. And again, $4,000 for 6 months. If you compare that to some of my past programs, like Slay Your Side Hustle, that was $3,600 for 90 days, it is an amazing steal, and you get so much more value for the investment. All right, in summary, the squad is for multi-passionate badasses who want to make strides in multiple areas of life. The Grab Life by the Goals process makes the squad a potent quantum solution, which means in the 2.0 version, you're going to get better results with less effort and having to be on less calls, which is great. We repeat this 12-step process every quarter with new upgraded goals. When you join the squad, be sure to block Tuesdays at noon if you're Eastern time zone, 9 a.m. if you're on Pacific time zone. That is your anchor call for the week. So that call and that time slot has to be unfuckable with. So block that shit off. And in between the Tuesday calls, you can post on the network, browse the training library, attend office hours, connect with your squaddies, or ask targeted questions in the DMs. It's really an amazing, amazing process. So if you are in the squad, you know what's up, you're here. If you are curious about joining the squad, here's how you do it. So you can be nominated by a squad member, and that's probably the fastest path into the squad. By the way, squad members, don't forget that you get a $500 badasseter bonus for every person that you refer who joins, okay? You can complete a challenge like the Quit Dicking Around Challenge or the Happiness Sprint, or attend one of our summits so we can get to know you. Lastly, you can apply at laurenwidrick.com/squad. If you go to that website, you'll see this kind of tan button at the top that says Let's Talk. You will hit that, and then that will allow you to fill out an application and then book a call with me and my team to make sure that this is a mutual fit. So that is it. I am so excited about the Squad 2.0. I can't even put it into words. It feels like this new level was downloaded to me from the universe. I was telling somebody the other day, I can't even take credit for how awesome this is. I don't even feel like I came up with it. I feel like it was just a download that people want a process to follow. People want to work on multiple goals at once. People want clarity on the next chapter of their lives. And they want to be surrounded by tools that they can pull from at all times to solve specific problems. And they just want to be around high vibe, high-minded people who are doing similar things. So I hope you're excited or as excited about Squad 2.0 as I am, and I will see you on the inside.